Okay, so I think we all know that using LinkedIn to connect with potential clients is pretty important these days.
Yeah, huge.
But did you know that 80% of B2B leads generated on social media come from LinkedIn?
Wow. 80%.
80%. That's a pretty big opportunity for
Yeah.
sales success. So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack a gold mine of
Oh,
strategies from
nice.
the sales experts.
Okay.
Their recent blog post has 46 ideas.
46.
46 ideas specifically for engaging prospects on LinkedIn.
Sounds like a treasure trove of tactics.
It is.
Yeah, and what I find so valuable is that the sales experts really emphasize going beyond the surface level.
Yeah.
It's not just about having a profile. It's about using LinkedIn strategically to build your brand,
Yeah,
cultivate relationships, and ultimately drive sales.
exactly. And I love that they give us 46 specific actions that you can take. We're going to distill that down to the most impactful strategies in this deep dive.
Perfect.
And I think some of these might surprise you. They go way beyond the typical connect and pitch routine that so many people get stuck in.
Right. For example, they suggest recommending someone on LinkedIn or even offering to help with content a prospect has shared. Think about that for a second.
Okay.
You're not directly promoting yourself or your product, but you're demonstrating expertise and building goodwill.
It's all about adding value
Right.
and positioning yourself as a trusted advisor, not just someone trying to make a sale.
Yeah, and that's a consistent theme
Right.
throughout the sales experts' advice.
Yeah, they advocate for using LinkedIn for more than just sales pitches. It's about building brand awareness, nurturing leads, and establishing thought leadership.
Yeah, how can someone do that?
Well, they give us some really concrete tactics to achieve that. Sending personalized connection requests, for example.
Okay.
I know it sounds basic, but so many people just send generic requests that get ignored.
Yeah, it's about standing out from the crowd and making a genuine connection instead of just hitting connect. Imagine taking a few minutes to craft a message that mentions a common connection, a shared interest, or something specific you admire about their work.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Such a small investment of time.
Right.
But it can pay off big dividends in terms of building rapport and getting your foot in the door.
Absolutely. Another tactic the sales experts recommend is crafting comments on prospects' posts
Okay.
that spark thoughtful conversations or offer genuine insights. Think about it. If you can consistently add value to their conversations, you'll be seen as someone worth connecting with.
It's about becoming a valuable resource within their network, someone they trust and respect.
Exactly.
And that's where the sales experts introduce some truly unconventional approaches.
Oh, really? Like what?
Things like inviting prospects to informal meetups
Okay.
or coffee chats,
Interesting.
if geography permits, of course,
Makes sense.
or even sharing industry reports or insights directly relevant to their needs.
So you're kind of becoming a helpful partner, someone genuinely invested in their success.
Exactly. And that's a powerful differentiator in today's competitive business landscape. Instead of talking about your product or service, you're providing valuable information
Yeah.
that helps your prospects solve their problems or achieve their goals.
It's subtle, but it's incredibly effective.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to this fundamental shift in mindset that the sales experts are advocating.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So what would you say that mindset is?
It's about moving away from transactional interactions and towards building authentic relationships based on trust and mutual benefit.
It's about seeing LinkedIn not as a sales platform, but as a networking tool, a knowledge-sharing hub, and a space for building your personal brand as a thought leader.
And what's so refreshing about the sales experts' approach is that they back up their recommendations with concrete examples and actionable strategies.
Yes. So let's dive into some of those specific tactics in the next part of our deep dive.
Right.
We'll explore how you can implement these ideas to elevate your LinkedIn presence, engage with prospects in a more meaningful way, and ultimately drive sales success.
Stay with us. So as we unpack these strategies from the sales experts, it's clear that they're not just about quick wins or superficial engagement.
Right.
They're advocating for a more strategic, long-term approach
Yeah.
to building relationships on LinkedIn.
And one tactic that really stood out to me was their suggestion to share industry reports
Oh, yeah.
or insights that are directly relevant to a prospect's needs.
It's brilliant because it demonstrates that you're paying attention to their challenges and goals instead of just pitching your product, offering something valuable that can help them move forward.
You're positioning yourself as a trusted advisor who's invested in their success. And that's a far more compelling approach than just trying to close a deal.
Absolutely.
So another tactic that the sales experts emphasize is the power of personalization. I think we all know this intuitively, but they really drive home the importance of tailoring your communication to each individual.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about moving beyond those generic connection requests and messages.
Right. Instead of just saying, I'd like to connect, mention a specific article they shared, a
Mhm.
common connection you have, or something you admire about their work.
Yeah, and it just shows that you've actually taken the time to learn about them,
Yeah.
and you're not just sending out mass messages.
Exactly. That level of personalization can make a huge difference in getting someone's attention
Totally.
and starting a meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
And it shows that you're not just interested in what they can do for you,
Right.
but you're genuinely interested in them as a person.
So the sales experts also talk about offering help with content that a prospect has shared. This struck me as a really unique approach.
It is unique.
Yeah.
It's all about adding value in a way that feels organic and helpful.
Right.
Imagine seeing a prospect struggle with a particular challenge on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and offering your expertise or resources to assist them.
You immediately position yourself as someone who's willing to go the extra mile and genuinely wants to help.
It's about building a relationship based on mutual benefit, not just trying to extract value from someone.
And that leads us to another important concept that the sales experts highlight: thought leadership.
Yeah, they make it clear that LinkedIn is a powerful platform for establishing your credibility and showcasing your expertise.
So it's not just about connecting with people, it's about sharing your knowledge and insights in a way that positions you as a thought leader in your industry.
And they provide some really concrete strategies for doing that. For example, they suggest publishing content that's relevant to your prospects' industries
Okay.
and tagging them if it's appropriate.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a great way to get on their radar and demonstrate that you're thinking about their needs and challenges.
Absolutely.
They also suggest engaging with content where your prospects are mentioned, especially if it's by a mutual connection. This shows that you're paying attention to what's happening in their network and that you're interested in the conversations they're having.
It's a subtle but effective way to build rapport and stay top of mind.
And speaking of building rapport, the sales experts also recommend asking for advice from your prospects.
Oh, interesting.
This might seem counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but it's actually a brilliant way to make someone feel valued and respected.
It's about acknowledging their expertise and showing that you're interested in learning from them.
Exactly. It shifts the dynamic from a one-sided pitch to a genuine exchange of knowledge and ideas.
Yeah, and it opens the door for a more meaningful connection.
Right.
The sales experts even go so far as to suggest recommending your prospects on LinkedIn if you're genuinely familiar with their work.
Wow.
It's a powerful way to endorse their skills and accomplishments and to reinforce the relationship.
It is.
And of course, underlying all of these strategies is the importance of authenticity.
Authenticity is absolutely crucial on LinkedIn.
People can spot a fake from a mile away, and if you're not being genuine, it will backfire.
The sales experts really hammer this point home.
Yeah.
They emphasize the importance of endorsing prospects for relevant skills, but only if you're truly familiar with their work.
No fake endorsements.
Exactly. And the same goes for recommendations. Only recommend someone if you genuinely believe in their abilities
Right.
and are comfortable vouching for them.
And authenticity also extends to how you engage with their content.
Right. Don't just comment for the sake of commenting or trying to get their attention.
Yeah, your comments should add value to the conversation and show that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say.
And remember, LinkedIn is not a platform for spamming people with sales pitches.
Right.
It's about building trust and credibility over time.
The sales experts are very clear about that.
They stress the importance of providing value, nurturing relationships, and demonstrating your expertise.
So as we wrap up, part 2 of our deep dive into the sales experts' 46 ideas for engaging with prospects on LinkedIn. What's the key takeaway?
I would say the key takeaway is that it's about recognizing that LinkedIn is a powerful tool for sales success, but it requires a strategic and authentic approach.
It's not about shortcuts or quick wins.
It's about building genuine connections, providing value, and establishing yourself as a trusted advisor.
And the sales experts have given us an amazing array of tips and strategies for doing just that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've unpacked a ton of valuable strategies
Yeah.
from the sales experts. Now let's shift gears and talk about practical application. What can you as a sales leader, hiring manager, or executive do this week to leverage these insights
Right.
and boost your sales success on LinkedIn?
Well, it's all about taking action. The sales experts have given us the blueprint.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to, build from it.
Exactly. So we talked about the importance of personalization.
Right.
What's a simple yet effective action our listeners can take today to put that into practice?
Well, start by auditing your pending connection requests.
Okay.
Are they generic, or do they reflect a genuine effort to connect with each individual?
Yeah.
So instead of just hitting connect,
Right.
take a few minutes to craft a message that demonstrates you've done your homework.
Like mention a shared connection.
Exactly.
Highlight something you admire about their work.
Yeah.
Maybe even reference a recent post that they shared. It's a small effort,
Right.
but it can make a huge difference in how you're perceived.
Absolutely. It shows that you're not just trying to collect connections, but that you're genuinely interested in building relationships.
Now, what about those who are already connected with their target prospects? How can they deepen those relationships and move them closer to a sale?
Engage with their content in a meaningful way. Don't just like their posts.
Right.
Take the time to craft thoughtful comments,
Okay.
ask insightful questions, or share your own perspective on the topic.
So it's about adding value to their conversations and positioning yourself as someone they can learn from.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to share your own expertise as well. The sales experts encourage us to publish content related to our prospects' industries.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So think about maybe a recent project you completed,
Okay.
a valuable insight you gained, or even a trend you've observed in your industry.
Right.
Share it in a concise, engaging LinkedIn post
Okay.
and tag relevant prospects.
It's a great way to demonstrate your knowledge and get on their radar as a thought leader.
Exactly.
Now, for our sales leaders and hiring managers listening in, let's talk about leveraging LinkedIn for broader business goals. What's one action they can take this week to drive growth?
Actively participate in LinkedIn groups where your target audience hangs out. Join the conversations, share your expertise, and connect with potential clients or candidates.
Yeah, it's an incredibly valuable way to expand your network, build credibility, and stay top of mind within your industry.
And don't forget to check which groups your prospects belong to as well.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it can give you valuable insights into their interests and help you tailor your outreach accordingly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the sales experts' insights, what's the key message you want our listeners to take away?
LinkedIn is a powerful tool for sales success, but it requires a strategic and authentic approach. It's not about quick fixes or gimmicks. It's about building genuine relationships, providing value, and positioning yourself as a trusted advisor.
And remember, even small actions can make a big difference. Implement just one or two of the strategies we've discussed this week,
Yeah,
and see how it impacts your LinkedIn engagement and your sales pipeline.
absolutely.
If you're ready to dive even deeper into the world of LinkedIn for sales success, head over to the Sales Experts website. You'll find a wealth of articles, tips, and resources to help you master the platform.
It's a great resource.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Right.
We'll see you next time for another insightful exploration of the topics that matter most to you.